Heroes and Legends presents The Age of Medonia. Times were changing in the universe as the current lords of the Insuran and elsewhere were having children of their very own. A new generation was rising up as a long steady peace had returned to these cluster of galaxies ever since the end of the Second Great War. For instance, John Johnson and Prinya had a child after John Johnson claimed J.S. as his own, renamed it Johnson, and had a son named J.S. Johnson. And also, Sam R., who was pregnant with Colonina children, had two twin boys named Tristan and Alexander. Both of them were not rivals like most siblings, but best friends. They shared everything together. And Leno, an officer of the King Color, decided to stand up as godfather to these two great twins who would play a pivotal role in the future of insurance. Also, Homoganian and Leantia had a child together, and the baby boy was named Carl Guardian. And also a new officer named Paul Guardian, a teen who was related to Homer, and finally was old enough to join the ranks join the ranks of the Guardians. The Guardian and the Kinkalo continued their close bond and alliance. Sumiball and Calvon Kinkalo were still together, but Sumiball found out terrible news that she was barren, so a child between them was virtually impossible. Still, their love grew, regardless of this fact. Elsewhere, in the Baja Bankaran, Prophet Elam had passed away and went to heaven after he successfully saved Constantine Kinkalo's soul back in the previous war. Now the Baja were temporarily being led by Pin, Rodri, Bob, and Dick Vance. But the new lord that was coming up was to be Molo, my bad, a great swordsman and a talent. And he had his cousin Kerry. Molo and his cousin Kerry, also a talented warrior, but they did not take full leadership militarily, but were only figureheads, as Dick Vance was the leader of the army. And all these powers in the Guardian, King Colo, and the rest of the Sharon, and the Bankeran are now poised and ready for the epic clash against the first spin. However, Molo had a younger brother named Angelo, who was a Cardine, half Cardine, and the plan was to secretly take the Cardine galaxy as it was slowly rising back up. To have Angelo infiltrated, gain influence, and to take it over as an independent basin outside of the Bankeran. You see, Molo of the Baja and Marceno of the Bahara had made a secret alliance because their two clans their founders were cousins. One a Bankeran and one was a Sumatran of Sumatran space. And the secret plan between them, because they know the war against the first Spain was inevitable, and seeing that many people might have died, sacrificing their lives to destroy them, and Molo was going to succeed Dick Vance regardless. Marcelo, well aware of the Cardine threat, pretended that he did not care, but he secretly did. He aligned with the Baja in order to have Angelo take it over and to secure the Bahara from the Cardine threat. Yeah. And the Central Banker, led by Lufa Sunk and the Central Fort, were leaders of all the Bankeran galaxies except for the Sibik, because the first bin had it under them and the flames were surrounding the galaxy. And so Lufa Sunk had to defeat his best friend, the City Crew, in order to win the Second Great War. Now he wanted to finish off the first bin to make them pay for the suffering that he had caused them, knowing very well that it cost him his life. As these powers prepared themselves for the eventual battle to come, one power in particular was not about to die in a needless war. He was none other than Sim, the nephew of Batalakana, the former and late governor of the Batalakan galaxy. He succeeded her and was developing a second silver destiny. Yeah, silver excellence. Silver excellence. Silver excellence weapon. Silver excellence ship. Silver destiny. One of them. And the plan was to use these two ships as the contribution to the invasion against the first spin. Sim, who was enthusiastic and very impressed by the history of Batalakon, wanted to restore the golden age of Batalakon, seeing that the old guard and old age would soon die out, and knowing very well that many people, including the King Kolo, would sacrifice themselves gladly and end their reign, since the dimensions were no longer a paradise for them, and that their power pales in comparison to Medonia, knowing that the King Kolo would go out fighting the first spin and secure their legacy. Sim did not want Britannica, or the Builder in space for that matter, to fall like that. So he was secretly, along with the help of Leonard E., his now right hand, and their officers, Lelado Batel, Tasman Batel, and Marissa Batel, to entice G.E. Bullard and to get Jumby of the Watermans. G.E. Bullard was a former Essene, to try to get them to join him. Jumby kept the secret from the King Kalu. He was concerned about Sim's ambitions, and was often clashed with Sim and said it didn't make any sense. The universe now establishes new rulers. How could having silver excellence, not destiny, silver excellence, two silver excellence ships, although they might be powerful, it could not be enough for Batalica and the reign. However, Sim was determined to use the left of this builder run, knowing very well that the war of the first spin would mean the end of the old guard of the insurance, banker and builder run as they know it. They sacrificed themselves for the sake of the Medonians. But Sim was not going to allow Batalican or the water of Builderon to be wiped out. Since Medonia brought back every single last person that ever died in all the wars, the universe is maxed out. That means the return of all the former Builderon powers that had died. Some choose to not fight anymore. Some were willing and able, but needed the right opportunity. Sim was planning to use this for his future ambitions, to fulfill his aunt's long dying wish, the restoration of the golden age of Batalica, this time with the help of Builderon powers. But the Kinkado posed a threat, and a greater threat were the first spin, and a host of others. Seeing the war against the war with King Vaughn and Medonian's forces, and their empires and allies, would crush both of their military strength greatly. Sim was gambling on these factors in order to be the last person standing, to take the spaces and the galaxies and territories laid vacant after this epic fatal clash, in hopes of restoring the golden age of Telka on Dai Train. Jumbe was concerned, but he heard him loud and clear. Still, He reluctantly joined them only in secret, but he continued to give his talents and advice and strategies towards the King Cuddle as they planned battle lines in ways to attack the galaxy of Sivik and defeat the first spin in their home turf.